Ooh, hello there. Welcome to Camera Mounted on a Sunroof, Volume 1. Anyway, right, this is actually driving with Pat, whatever volume this is. As you can, I have everything I need. You see, I got, I'm got belly full, and I've actually, to record this and time it, I've got a calendar, so this way I can tell how long it took. Anyway, I have for you a treat, because it is the first official cold snap here, and as such, I do not like working in the cold because I'm a wimp, and I would much rather take you for a drive, so come with me, won't you? Because this is about to be quite a bit of fun for those of you who like driving in the open woods. I don't know if you can tell this through. I don't know if this is coming through on the camera or not, because this is obviously my first time. But right now I'm in a parking lot. But that's about to change. So anyway, come with me, and I will actually just let you. I'll let you see as much as I can. Anyway, what brought this about this morning is that I know that I have made some bold claims and some interesting promises and all that kind of good jazz. But know that I haven't forgotten them, and I'm not going to skip out on them. I'm just not going to do them at the particular moment, because in this particular moment, the temperature outside is somewhere between, I don't know, but it's cold, and oh my god, my feet are going to fall off, it's freezing. Whatever temperature that is. Lucky you, though, because I'm not that far away, even though I'm currently in town. I'm actually not that far away from being able to go off into the countryside on a nice little drive. So anyway, without further ado, let's go. As I sit here in this traffic light. There's something that has occurred to me this morning, is that modern cars, as I'm sure you're aware, most of them, they don't have a dashboard anymore. They have a TV screen. There's just a massive thing where, like, for instance, this right here, this is a dashboard. See this? This is a dashboard. It's one of those, you know, it's a wonderful thing. Hasn't been invented in any of the other countries yet. Only in America do you get a dashboard that looks like a TV screen. But apparently it's a fad, and the rest of us are going to have to tolerate it, at least for a while, until we, you know, scream and shout long enough for the automotive executives to, you know, to get out of their golden parachute long enough to actually pay attention to us and say, you know what, that might not have been the greatest idea in the entire world. Because I have the view that if the car has to be supplemented with what they call an infotainment system, say that with me, infotainment. In fact, I'll put the true definition up on the screen now as the light has turned green. So now, while I'm crossing through this intersection, you can now see what the definition of infotainment actually is. I think Merriam-Webster is going to call me up and say, hey, you're right, I think we need to write that in. Forgive me for having a little bit of a choky throat this morning as well. I imagine that I'm going to have the next wave of the whatever their new name is for the cold that they're going to come up with, because I'm sure it's coming, and they'll probably use it to take some of our rights away. So pay, you know, tune in. It'll be fun. Anyway, anyway, getting on and getting with it. Modern cars have what is called an infotainment system, and they're getting so bad that now you just about cannot you can't order the car without it, because it's part of this. It's no longer an add-in box. It's no longer a substitute for radio. Now it's like engineered in, so you can't really ask for the car without it. They're forcing it upon us that way. They're saying, "Oh no, it's perfect. It'll take care of all of the dashboard functions. It'll serve as your radio, your management for your heat and air. It's your security system. It makes your coffee. It washes your underwear. It's all the greatest things in the entire world, and you're going to absolutely love to have it, and we're going to make sure that you get one, whether you think you can or can't afford it. We're going to make sure that it's standard equipment, because if it is standard equipment, you'll be able to enjoy it. And we here at General Motors and Ford and Toyota, we all believe that that's the sort of thing that you want. It's absolutely necessary for the continuance of your life, and that you absolutely must have it." No. No. Absolutely not. Give me a piece of wood with some freaking dials on it. I'm talking directly to you, General Motors. Give me a piece of wood that's got some odometer gauges on it. I'll be happy. That's a dashboard for me. It's just a slab of walnut. Just put a slab of walnut. They're not very much. They cost like $20 down at Home Depot. Just a slab of. It doesn't even have to be very thick. You can make it out of balsa wood for all I care. I don't care. Just some kind of slab of wood and put some gauges in it. You can buy them off the shelf. They'll be on sale for $40 over at the freaking clearance rack or whatever the hell. I don't care. Okay. Now that I've gotten off my tangent, going back to my original point, forgive me for going on a tangent. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm more a fan of what we now call as traditional, even though it really isn't traditional. Really, it's only been around for a couple of decades, and that is the computer needs to exist in a car. Yes. Computers absolutely monster it when it comes to things like fuel control, anti-lock brakes, airbag safety, security system. It absolutely does the job there. For that, we need them. Yes, we do. That is true. For all the other crap that they add to the car, no, doesn't need it. Doesn't need it. And most of us don't even want it. I'd be perfectly happy if I had manual windows. Particularly in this car, I can reach across and do the other side. The only reason I've ever liked power windows is if it happens to be in a car that's wide enough to where I can't reach the passenger window from the driver's seat. That's it. That's the only reason I've ever liked power windows. If I had my choice, I would mandate, if I came to power tomorrow, if I was the President of the United States, I'm talking to you, Donald Trump, if I was the President of the United States, I would mandate that this door be a manual window on all cars from now on in the hereafter. You would not be able to have a power window on this door. It'd be manual, because you need a backup. Lots of people have had issues where the car has decided to lock them in and they can't get out, and then they have burned to a crisp because someone in a boardroom decided that it wasn't necessary. People who lost their lives because they couldn't get out of their car. And that's a very serious issue. And now I'm going off on a tangent again, and I'm again avoiding what I was originally going to talk to you about. The country road is coming, so I'll be turning the camera over in a little bit. But anyway, it's about the driving experience and why you need all these infotainment systems in the first place. If you have to have an infotainment system in your car, then that means two things. One, the car is so rubbish that it has to make up for it. And two, the car is so rubbish that it doesn't inspire you to find roads like this. So here you go, roads like this. Let me see if I can make this live for you, because I have hopefully chosen a good angle. Hope you can see that. I will definitely be making more of these sunroof mount videos in the not too distant future, but I hope that this makes it live for you. Anyway, roads like this. You might be saying, well, why on earth would I buy a sporty car that has excellent handling and, dart across the road capability. Why would I buy one of those when everywhere around me is cityscape? It's all stop signs and stoplights and traffic and sidewalks and people who hurl obscenities at you and throw their coffee at you just because they can. Roads like this exist everywhere, fellas. They do. You can find them on the back road. I mean, cities are built on land. All the cities that I'm aware of, at least, they're all built on land, which means that the land extends out, and you can extend out past the city center and find stuff like this. This video, I don't know if you've noticed, but it's only 10 minutes long so far. And it has taken us only 10 minutes to get from the city center to wherever this is. This is Bonner Road. Look at that. We got even cyclists out here. In fact, I think I know one of them. Who is that? Maybe not. Maybe I don't know them. But anyway, that's not relevant. The point is, check it out. This road, curvy, natural scape, all of it. It's such a wonderful place to be, and this is such a good road that it's so safe that these guys right here feel perfectly safe to ride on it. And it's such an enjoyable drive. I don't even feel like passing them at the moment. I mean, this is not bad. It's also because the turn I'm going to take is coming up. And I'm looking at them. They're going to take it. This is fun. So look at that. So see, while they take this turn, now I can accelerate and get to my turn because my turn's coming up. But check it out. I mean, this is beautiful countryside that you can drive through and enjoy. And because there's almost nobody out here, it's fine. The road surfaces are good. See, look at this. And in case you're wondering where this is northwest Georgia, ladies and gentlemen. This is just outside of the place I call home. And it's fine. It's a beautiful area. So, I ask you, again, why not buy something that inspires you? Buy something that makes you feel good to drive it and just go, yes, I quite like that. That was enjoyable. So that when you go on your commute or whatever it is, you don't necessarily have to go, well, you know what, I've got to go up this road because, you know, because this is my commute to work. Oh, see that? Oh, puppy dog. Oh, puppy dog. Can't help it, I love dogs. As you can probably tell by the calendar that I bought. Which, according to the calendar, this has now taken 13 minutes of our time. And I do hope that you have enjoyed it. Oh no, look at that. It says the pavement ends. Oh dear, whatever shall we do? I know. There we go. Look at that. Now the funny thing is that this is still not really the countryside. This is suburbia for us, in a roundabout sort of way. I mean, I wouldn't call this necessarily a subdivision. This is a whole bunch of land that has a whole bunch of streets on it. Now imagine I imagine that, you know, in the 1940s, this was all farmland, and that it all belonged to one dude, and it all got sold off one at a time, parcel by parcel, and turned into what eventually became, oh, look at that, Old Camp Church Road. Okay, I'm going to take a guess that this goes to a church called Old Camp. And if I'm wrong, that's no big deal, because look at it. I mean, just look at it. You can come out here in your sports car and just have fun at reasonable speeds because it's all curvy and tight and you get to see great scenery. I mean, it's beautiful. You could come out here on your bicycle like those two guys did. I mean, in the amount of time that we've been talking, have you been keeping track of how many cars have passed us? Because there aren't any. Look at this. It's a Saturday morning. Everybody else is in town. Come out here and enjoy this. while everyone else is in town, come out here and enjoy this. I mean, you know, bring your cruiser motorcycle out here. Well, maybe not today. It's a little on the chilly side. Because frankly, if it weren't that chilly, I'd probably be outside working on the Volvo. And that's another thing I got to do, because the Volvo's got an issue. I was doing the piston soak, and it dawned on me. This is something else that I got to take care of. It dawned on me that the only reason that these other cars didn't have any problems starting up afterwards is because these guys, they were holding the starter, and it would spin over and try to fire, still almost, you know. And they would hold the starter for like several minutes until it finally ran long enough to get it, you know, circulating long enough to actually have compression enough to actually run. The problem is that on this Volvo, as it turns out, the starter's on a timer, so it won't go past 10 seconds. You'll start it, and then the computer stops you. You can't burn the starter up. Good news for the starter, bad news for you, because you don't get to determine how long that it comes on. It gives up, basically. And that's unfortunate, because now I've got to find a way to cheat that system in order to get it to run again. So I'll be making a video about that as soon as it warms up just good enough to actually to actually oh my god, to actually get it going. Anyway, and by the way, don't think that you have to watch this video while listening to me babble on, because you can put it on mute. You don't have to necessarily listen to me, because this footage, as far as I'm concerned, it stands on its own. I'm just happy that you're listening to me talk. Anyway, put down in the... Oh my god, look at that! Wow! Look at that! Look at those horns on those guys! Isn't that cool? Forgive me, this isn't like National Geographic, but... I don't know if I'll just see if I can make you see that. I don't know if I can make that live for you. Maybe I should... oh, goodness. I do not honestly know if that came through on the camera. I hope you guys saw it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the camera out. And because there's nobody behind me, because there's no traffic here, I can totally do this. I am going to hold the camera. And I'm going to turn around right here. And what I'm going to do is I am going to take photo and video of that stuff over there. So maybe you can see it. Alright. Now. Alright, I got somebody behind me now, so I hope they don't mind that I take a picture of their bison or cow or whatever that is. Because those are some awesome horns. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I hope you can. There you go. Look at him. Look at him. And then those fellas right there. Look at all that. Oh, this one's up close. You'll be able to get a really good shot of him. Look at that. Alright, I'm going to put this back in. Hang on. There we go. You see? Stuff like that. You won't see that driving through town. You just really won't. You know? I mean, if you're fighting sidewalks all day and you need something to get away, this is what you do. You just hop in your car, or your truck, or your SUV, or whatever it is, and you use the GPS against yourself and aim yourself away from the city center. That's really all you got to do these days, most of the time. There are places like this everywhere. And if you absolutely must, you can also find places like this by searching for farms on the internet. So search for yourself a farm on the internet, just whatever. It doesn't even really matter which farm you choose, just so long as it's a farm that's on the beaten path, that's out in the middle of nowhere. Because that's really where I'm at. This is really, I mean, this is what people call, quote unquote, as it is, the middle of nowhere. And this is where all the best roads are when it comes to being driving roads. Now, I will put out one caveat. When you're on these roads, please do us a favor and find ways of driving spiritedly in the confines of things like the speed limit and, you know, the general driving rules. You know, because there's so much out here to see. It's nature's beauty, you know. In fact, I think that this particular shot right here that's coming up, I'm going to slow down for this. And I think I'm going to take you out of the holder again, like this, so that you can just see. Look at all that. Alright? I am holding the camera in my hand, okay? This is just me driving down the road. There's nobody behind me. There's nobody in front of me. Look at all that. I mean, just look. Ain't that fantastic? Look at all that. Now we're in the windshield view. Whoops. Hit the windshield. That's good. Maybe I can just put it right there. Just leave it there. Ooh, that's a good place for it for the moment. If it doesn't move around too much. See, if I were on a motorcycle, it'd be like this. Look at that. Leaning over like that. But I mean, this is that kind of road where you just like, dude. I mean, right now I have no words. I'm just sitting here enjoying it with you. In fact, I have an idea. Mounting it on the sunroof meant that you're seeing it back here. Actually, you're seeing it from here. Not exactly the best view. Oh gosh, look at that. That's a 60. What is that? Is that a 60? In the comments, please tell me, is that a 64 or 65? It's got round tail lights. And for those of you that don't know what that is, that was a Ford Galaxy 500, I think. Two-door. Might have been a 60. I'm not sure exactly what year. It was either a 64, 65, or 66. So it's a squared-off body with round tail lights. Actually, I think that might have been... God, I can't even remember them all. I know in 63 the body was different. God, I'm off on a tangent now. Now, see, you're not going to see that kind of car out on the road everywhere. The kind of guys that own cars like that don't typically drive them in the cities, because people in the cities, usually the drivers there, they're preoccupied, and that makes them a little more dangerous on the road, worse for wear, and they are typically a little bit more difficult to deal with. So most of the vintage car guys, usually you won't see their road. Usually they won't see their cars out in, like, you know, the city center. You won't, you know, most guys are not going to take a 48 Ford to the bank. They're just not. Because they know that while it's in the bank, while they're in the lobby, someone will back into it. And that it's going to be impossible to fix because, you know, it was made 70 plus years ago. The parts aren't available anymore. So getting it to be repaired again is virtually impossible, which totals it out, which means then, you know, it's no good. I mean, the insurance company comes back and says, oh dear, that's bad. And then they pay it out for you, and they say, okay, we're going to pay for this, but we're going to take your car. And now you don't have this car anymore. In fact, if you've got a vintage car and you know what I'm on about, discuss it in the comments. Put it down there. It's like, I have such and such vintage car, and the insurance company wanted to take my car away, and I told them, no way, get out, and I kept it. But now I'm looking for a bumper and a tail light and trunk lid or whatever, and as a result, I am going through just the worst time in just describe it down in the comments. But getting back to this drive, this can also relieve a little bit of tension. I don't know if you've noticed. If you've been watching this with any sort of, if you've been really paying attention to it, isn't this calming? I think that it is. Now, the fun thing here is that every inch of this road that I have shown you so far, with the exception of what we started in when we were in town, with the exception of that, I have with some frequency in the past been on these roads on a bicycle, burning away, burning calories, burning sweat, building muscle. It's all been very enjoyable. It's all been great. Ah, yes, Buttercup Lane. From here, you can't really tell it, because this is, well, you know what? Let's just go on to it. Now, in a car, it doesn't seem like much. This is just another, you know what? I'm going to get to the other end. I'm going to get to the other end, and I'm going to turn around. I'm going to put the camera in a place where you can better see all of this, because this is just beautiful. Look at all this. You can't tell it at the moment, but we're climbing. We are climbing. And then there's this curve up top. Okay, right now I'm doing 40 miles an hour in a car. On a bicycle, I would only be able to do like 4 up that hill. It's massive. But the thing is, you don't get on Buttercup Lane on a bicycle to go up that hill. You get on it to go down that hill. And that's what we're going to do here in a moment. I'm going to get to the edge of the thing, and I'm going to put it in a neutral, because I want you to see just the effect of gravity. Okay? Ooh, look at this curve. Whee! See, we managed to do that at 20 miles an hour. And at this point, we're almost at 30 minutes. You've been with me here for a half an hour, and I want to congratulate you and give you a well-deserved thank you for having done so. Because, frankly, I've enjoyed this. Is that a cat or a fox? Oh, that's a cat. Okay. The ears were kind of hard to tell. I couldn't tell if it was a cat or not. Anyway, I'm going to get to this next intersection, and I'm going to use it as a spot to turn around so that you can see just what the rest of this road is. I mean, seriously. We've been out on the go for only 30 minutes, and we managed to get from the center of town to the outskirts in only 30 minutes. Actually, it didn't even take that long, if you may remember. But here's what we're going to do. I am going to stop right about here. Yeah, this will be good. There's nobody behind me. This should be just fine. So now, open the sunroof, pull these down so that, you know what, maybe I should remove you from this part of the project, because this is going to look weird on the screen. Just put this right here, and I can put you about there, I think. Ooh, yeah, you're probably hearing that. Shoot, whoops. Okay, I think I'm just... there we go. That's not bad. All right. It's so quiet here that I don't even have to put on my freaking hazard flashers, because there isn't anybody to warn. I could sit here all day and nobody would notice, except for maybe whoever, well, that person would. They'd be like, oh my God, you're in my way. Actually, no, they wouldn't. They wouldn't care. They'd just go around. There's that much freedom out here. There's that much space. There we go. All right, that one's attached. and that one's attached. Okay, cool. Now, we got that. We got that. And now, you have a front row seat. There we go. Nice. I'm going to just cover that up. There we are. Now, come with me, won't you? As I show you how I do this. Alright, here we go. Let's see, I'll go like this. As you can tell, this road is insanely busy right now. It's got a grand total of 0 cars on it. Alright. In fact, I could probably have a game of football in the middle of the road if I really wanted to. Alright, here we go. I'm going to go back and have some fun on this road. And here in a minute, I will be taking you home with me. Well, not like that. I mean, you know, I only do girls. Only do women. So if you seriously think yes, that's right, I'm taking you home with me and doing naughty things. No, absolutely not. Alright, so first corner. This is not exactly a sharp corner, but whoo-wee! See that? Heel and toe on the floor. You didn't get to see that because I've only got one camera at the moment. But I managed to pull that corner off at 31 miles an hour, I think that was, and you saw it. Yes, you did. Now, there is, let me see if I can remember where the edge is. It's right, yes. Alright, it's right here. Okay, now. Alright, this is gravity at work, okay? I just want to show you just how good and steep this hill is, alright? I'm going to knock it into neutral. There we go. Alright, now, foot's off the brake. Here we go. I'm not touching the throttle or anything. This is just neutral. The only reason the engine's idling is because I need the power steering. That's it. We're already up to 19 miles an hour. Imagine what 19 miles an hour feels like on a bicycle. We're at 30 miles an hour. Not at the bottom of the hill yet. 35 miles an hour. 40 miles an hour, not at the bottom of the hill yet. Now I'm going to let gravity also stop me on this hill. Okay? This is exactly what I experience on a bicycle on this hill, and what everybody else experiences on this bicycle, on this hill on a bicycle. 20 miles an hour still. 15. That's 10. That's 5. We're at 0. My foot is not on the brake, and we're fixing to roll backwards. Yes, we are. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to put my foot on the brake, because there we are. We almost made it to the stop sign, and all I did was use gravity. Now imagine what it would be like if you're pedaling, or indeed if you are using throttle. How much fun is this? Because I happen to like it very much. And if you are of the same mentality, then by all means hit the like button and the subscribe button and make all sorts of funny comments, because, you know, that's what we live for. Because, you know, because life is too short not to have fun. It really isn't. I mean, it really is. It's just, it's, I mean, look at all this. Right now, I just want to just enjoy them. So I think I'm just going to, I'm going to sit back and enjoy it and just let you watch. Oh dear, traffic. Alright, 19 Now, as you can plainly see, yeah, I know, I had to break the silence. We're back in town. What you just witnessed was a half-hour loop. Really didn't take us anywhere. I grant you, at no point were we more than 5 miles from the city center, because it was mostly zigzagging. And the point I want to make here is this. You don't have to come to where I am to find roads that are like this. They're everywhere. They're tucked away. They're hidden. They're in the middle of nowhere. I mean, they're seriously... well, I say in the middle of nowhere. What I actually mean is that they're off the beaten path for most people. Let me just turn this around on me so that I can... Yes, because you want to see this ugly mug, don't you? Oh dear, I'm too on it. There we go. Alright, there, maybe that's helped. Alright, I can do that. I can always do that at an intersection when I'm sitting still. Anyway, the point I want to make is that, driving roads like that are everywhere. You don't have to come to West Georgia in order to experience a drive like that. There are places everywhere. For crying out loud, the area where I was born, which is, it's basically the North Carolina flatlands. That sort of thing is normal. People have their home-based businesses at their homes, and people drive 5, 6, 10, whatever miles to get there. And it's all through word of mouth, and they say, yes, that's great. I have a home-based business, and I cut hair, or I sell cars, or I make candles, or I do home canning and, preserving of owl. Yes, that's right, preserving of owl. You got to have that too. And all sorts like that. And it ain't no big deal. It's just, hey, that's cool. That's what we do here. So, in that sort of realm, you have, guess what? There's a Mazda Miata sitting next to me. God, if I were in a faster car, I'd race him. Oh, he's... I had to look at the guy. He's in his sunglasses. He's like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm in a Mazda Miata, and I'm at the lights, and I'm going to outrun a Ford Fusion 4-cylinder. This is going to be fun. And the honest truth is that I wasn't even trying, because why would I? Come on, this is a get-me-there car. This isn't a... this isn't a... By no means is this going to win any races or any car shows anytime soon. That's just how this thing is. But what he's sitting there. I am cool. I am fast. And that's the kind of enjoyment I'm talking about. He was able to get that at an intersection in the middle of town. Well, this isn't the middle of town. This is the outskirts of town, but still, you get my point. He didn't have to be on a fast road or a curvy road or any kind of road to have fun in his car. He didn't. He's just, I'm cool. I'm like Dirty Harry. I drive my car. I am the master of the machine. And that's the entire thing, is that it makes you enjoy the drive. So kudos to him. In fact, if you are indeed that man and you are watching this later on after I have posted it, kudos to you. And I'm giving you a congratulations in this moment. So anyway, hope you enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed making it. Because believe you me, this was fun for me. I don't even care if I ever get paid for this one. This was a good morning. And I do hope that you have an excellent day out there. As I sign off with this, no matter what it is that you're doing in your life, make it worth your while. Doesn't matter what it is. Okay? Maybe this is a life lesson. I don't know. Whatever. Take it as you will. But use it and enjoy it and make it worth your while. Whatever it is that you are doing, make it worthwhile. Make it worthwhile for you and make it worthwhile for whoever it is that you are providing value to. Okay? So, as that is, we are nearing the end of this video, and we are nearing home base for me. So, I shall just go through this traffic light like this. There we are. Anyway, like I was saying before, if you enjoyed this, please by all means like, subscribe, and please do that. I mean, even if you only kind of did, I mean, hit the subscribe button anyway, because that helps the algorithm, and that helps me know that you liked it enough to where you want to see more, and it will then bring my numbers up, which will then tell me, hey, that's what you want to see, and it'll inspire me to make more stuff that's not too dissimilar from this, and also helps the channel, helps it grow, because right now I need all the help I can get. I need all of you to help me out, if you will, and I greatly appreciate, because these are, I get it, this is for my channel. I've only been uploading for like a couple weeks. Had the channel for years, didn't do anything with it. All of a sudden I'm uploading, so take that as it will hit you, however it resonates, as it is. But anyway, I am now at the homestead. Dun, 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 look at that. So I will end this one here as I pull into my driveway and do that number because it's bumpy, and crash into my iced coffee. But anyway, I do genuinely hope that you enjoyed this, and I do hope to see you in the next one. And hopefully next time I won't burp so much. Comment down below, and I will, yeah, that's it. I will see you next time.